Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing: single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we talk about Bob Dylan's presence in Kentucky. It's ethereal. My name is Kathy Cool.
Wow.
I know. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with my special guests, Tim Swyatt and Von Nieters.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hello.
Hello. So yeah, we've got a fun show today. We're going to be talking about the very cool things Bob Dylan has going on. I've said from the beginning that Bob Dylan, as a celebrity brand owner, and he is certainly a celebrity, and he owns a bourbon brand, so by default he is a celebrity bourbon brand. But he's one of the ones, one of the few. There's a handful that are doing it right, and he's certainly in that group. And he's maybe doing it the biggest and the best out of anybody in terms of celebrity brands. That's for sure. He's definitely invested a lot into it. He's also gone from being a source brand, sourcing some whiskey that we might not necessarily hold in high regard, to now having his own distillery. And it sounds like it's going to be a hell of a place that he's going to have eventually. So we're excited to talk about that. We'll get to that after the break. For right now, though, Tim said there's something he wanted to talk about. What is it, sir?
All right. So, I've been on a road trip back and forth to St. Louis Bourbon Palooza, and the General and I stop off at usually roadside places, fast food joints, whatever, to keep things moving.
Sure.
And then I continue to be critiqued on what I do with opening a sauce packet. And what do you do after you squeeze everything out? First, there's always that remnants left. Are you a put it in your mouth and squeeze it and pull it all out? Or are you a one that squeezes out with your hand and then you have the rest on your finger, then you eat it? Or do you just throw it on? You know what I'm talking about. There's always a little left in the ketchup packet.
I agree with you.
Or the horsey sauce. I'm not going to let that horsey sauce go.
I'm not doing any of your options though. So I'm gonna squeeze out what I can, and then I'm gonna try to put that in a place where it's not going to get on the table or anything like that. So if I've got like my burger wrapper opened up, I'm going to put it on the corner of that, and it's going to wait there till I get done with my meal, and it's going to get thrown away. I'm not going to try to get every last drop of that. I'm not licking anything. I'm not squirting it on my finger and eating all. I'm not doing any of that. So yeah,
wow.
No.
Steve's just imagining all the fingers that touch the packet.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not sucking on the packet and trying to get that out of there. No, I don't. No.
Even though you just touched the packet and you're getting ready to touch your burger.
Sure. I mean, you have to be able to, as a good germaphobe, you have to figure out the balance to be able to have a phobia and then still live your life.
Absolutely.
So the ones that can't end up being institutionalized. So we don't know about them. We don't hear a whole lot because they're put away somewhere. So
they're in institutions eating their burgers with knives and forks.
Right. So people like me got to figure it out to enough degree where we can live our lives. So yeah, that's me. I get what Tim's saying, and he is correct. But I'm just not dealing with it. I'm casting it aside and piling. If I have more than one, like it's ketchup, but I need 3 packets, those are going to be piled gently on top of one another. And then they'll be folded up at the end. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
But you're squeezing everything you can out of there first. You're not being
trying.
wasted.
There's going to be
Okay.
some left on there, though. There is, no matter how you shake
there
and
is-
dance,
it's
there's
gonna
always
get
the last
caught
drop.
in the lip. Yes,
Yeah.
it'll get caught in the corner of the part that you rip away. There's always some left in there that you just can't get unless you really want to get in there.
Right. I'm a little grossed out by sauce packets, and in general, I had a bad experience as a young child. I saw a man who had sauce packets, and he would open one up. He would have it was at a Arby's. It was a roast beef place, and he had that white sauce that they have, the horsey sauce.
Horsey sauce.
And he would take it and take a bite. And then he would just open up another packet, load it across the top, and then take another bite. It'd be all over his face and shit. And then that bite's gone. Then another, it was one packet per bite, and it was strewn across the top, and it just grossed me out. And I struggled with sauces and packets ever since.
Why is that gross?
That being very traumatic.
I need therapy, but I haven't addressed this. I've pushed it back. At some point, it's going to manifest itself where I'm going to have to address this. But for now, at age 56, I've managed to keep it pushed back. This is kind of bringing it to a head right now, and hopefully it doesn't cause me to have an episode. But yes.
Steve is quickly spiraling down to a
was
place
gonna
that
say,
he does not want to go.
By the end of the show, you're going to be headed towards the institution. This is not
it
good.
was bad.
Curled in a ball.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I was in tears and that, just watching that. It was traumatic.
That sounds like every time I have fast food. I don't know.
No, it was
Maybe you better
horrible.
make an appointment for him tomorrow.
It was just horrible. There he was. He was slovenly looking, I could write his bio now. I was too young to write somebody's bio, but I guarantee you that guy lived at home with his mom in the basement, and he was out, spending his allowance on an Arby's meal. He decided to go out to dinner. He went for an Arby's meal, and I remember his shirt was grungy and had like food on it because the way he's eating, he's going to get food on himself in that. And then, but it didn't quite cover the belly. There was the shirt was tight.
Yeah.
He wore the
The
tight shirt.
underbelly.
And it rode up as you sit down because the belly is fully extended then. When you're standing, the belly is spread out if you've got a belly. And I got one. I'm not critical of the guy having a belly. I got a belly, certainly. But as you sit down, even for me, this stuff scrunches up. And he had the T-shirt and it rode up a little bit. And then he's eating that stuff. And it was traumatic.
It sounds like a scene from like The Simpsons.
I feel like you're more grossed out with the guy than the actual.
Well, still, but
food.
it manifests itself onto the sauces then. And
Which is everything associated with it.
My whole life, I've had an aversion to sauces and packets based on that. So it's been tough. It's at
And
times.
they graduated to the
Dipping
cups.
person then?
Yeah.
Would you rather have the dipping packets, the dipping dishes, the pods, so to
Little
speak, where you pull the
cups
top
where
down?
Yeah.
You like a Chick-fil-A.
Right. Yeah, I'd rather have those than those old time sauce packets. But there's still plenty of places that have the sauce packets.
Well, then, are you finishing that thing off by sticking your finger in there, getting all the rest of it
No,
off?
no.
Licking
Yeah.
it all.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
God, no.
Put your finger in there. Get in
No.
Your
there.
finger in there.
Get in
No,
there.
what are
those
you
corners.
doing? What are you doing with
Yeah.
your life?
Yeah.
Stop
Get in
it.
there.
Stop it. Yeah.
There are so many sauce packets available. Why do you have to get every molecule of sauce out of one
Exactly.
Why do you got to waste it?
Or, just get more packets.
Yeah, get more packets.
More waste.
Get another packet. Yeah.
It's more
Because I'm a
waste.
wasteful person.
It's creating jobs for the people who make the sauce
Yes.
packets. I'm helping create jobs. I'm helping the economy. Yeah.
Someone has to
Sure.
stamp out those tinfoil things,
Right, exactly. Yeah. So
maintain the machinery that fills them.
Sure.
Kathy, what is your process for sauce packets? What do you?
I'm gonna get out whatever seems reasonable and then
Correct.
pile it over
No.
inside.
She's grabbing a handful of packets, throwing the first handful straight in the trash,
Right.
and then
Yes.
grabbing another handful and using those
She's an
ones.
over sauce packet grabber. That's what
Oh
she is.
yes. And I will open up way more than what I need because I feel like I might need that much.
Well, you're the same one with napkins too, I bet. Where you grab
And I
a
would-
mound
I
of napkins and you
Dip
toss
my
them where you have a
burger
glove
in
compartment.
it and my
Cool.
fries, so I need a lot.
And then you throw away all the extras.
Or leave them on the table so the next
Yeah.
person. Kathy's gonna leave it on the table, and no one's using anybody's goddamn napkins they left on the table. That's the most
Or
disgusting
sauce
thing.
packets.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
no, I don't take too many napkins. And if I have too many napkins, I take them and keep them in my car because
Yeah,
you
me
never
too.
know
There
That's
it
the
is.
right
Do
answer.
that.
Those are
That
road
is the right
tissues for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But
So
if
she's
I
right
have
on that.
extra packets, I'm just going to open them all and have too much whatever ketchup or horsey sauce, and then
whatever it is.
load that into the trash.
Yeah, sure.
Is that bad for the earth?
Sure.
Is the judge going to come and find me?
Katie is not going to be happy with this.
I'm not cleaning out my tinfoil packets and stacking them up and taking them to the
I hope you never go in front of her in a courtroom and Oh.
Gotta lick them clean.
Oh, jeez. Oh, God.
Gotta suck
You
it
both
dry.
do
Fine,
it.
so let's hear
Use your
hear
teeth.
your official process. Let's hear your process.
It's situational. Like if my hands are dirty, I'm working or something, and I'm like eating something, I'm going straight sauce from. I'm the guy that you were traumatized.
Oh, God.
I'm sauce right on the burger, taking a bite
We can't go out
until it's gone. That's fine.
That.
We're not going out.
Yeah.
We're going out to drink. We don't have to.
I can't see that. That would be bad.
But like normally, I'm getting everything out of that packet. And then the little dishes, I'm fingering those, getting it all out of there.
He's fingering the dishes. He's fingering
dishes.
You got to get in there.
You got
to get it all out.
That's the technique.
I don't waste anything. I'm the same. I'm with that with everything. And my shampoo bottle, it gets low. I put a little water in there, shake it up. You got a couple more days of shampoo.
The side thing here. The best condiment is Whataburger's spicy ketchup. That's the best condiment you can get. What do you guys think? What do you think is the number one fast food condiment? Again, something that has to come in a packet or something like that.
Haven't had that, so I can't say.
Oh, it's good. When you go to Florida next time.
I've perused the Whataburger menu and enjoyed a spicy ketchup packet. That is
that is good. I
don't believe it's Heinz either. I think it's Hunt's.
Yeah,
I think they use Hunt's as the base, which is the way to go.
Yeah,
not against
you can
it.
find a Hunt's ketchup packet. That's solid. Man.
I've had a spicy ketchup before, but not
the one at Whataburger's
one.
It's worth going to Whataburger just for the spicy ketchup. Yeah. Which the food's good anyway. I like Whataburger. I wish we had them in St. Louis.
I like the horseradish from Lion's Choice because it's not like with all that mayonnaise crap in there. It's horseradish.
Okay.
So it's nice and it opens up your sinuses when you get a good breath.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. I like horseradish. I don't like
a good strong
mayonnaise.
horseradish.
I thought Lion's Choice was a strip club.
No, that's that. Lion's Choice is that's good. Good fast food. St. Louis based. Yeah, fantastic. Stop in there next time. Yeah.
I would have to go with the hot mustard from any appropriate Chinese place.
Yeah, I agree. It's good.
That hot mustard is
it's good.
Solid. Oh, that's a great sinus cleanser. That's a great everything.
It'll get you. It'll because you get the sweetness and you're thinking, oh, I got this, and then all of a sudden you do too much and
boom.
But then what's so great about that is what 3 seconds of absolute agony. Like I just fucked up my whole life. I just ruined it. I ruined it. But then it's like this euphoric feeling of, oh no, it's good. It's good. I like this.
No, it's good. Everything's gonna be okay.
It's weird, right? It goes from being like the worst experience ever to just being fantastic. And just like I said, like 3 seconds. It's a short little burst. Yeah. That's good.
I think that's probably just like your fight or flight instinct kicking in, and then once you realize you don't need it, then you just embrace.
Yeah, then you're like, oh, I'm good.
Embrace the hot mustard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's weird how that works out like that, but it does. All right. Von Nieters, how about you? What
It has to come in a pre-packaged package.
Yes, yeah. So it's like I'm getting this to go. So and by the way, don't forget to give me some of. Yes, don't forget.
It's not something you can ask for and they give it to you in a cup, but it is special to that place.
No, because that could be you get into a whole different profile of cookeries and stuff like that, and special things. So it's got to be
like fast food.
Yeah.
Well, it was fast food is my option, but it doesn't come in a packet. That's what I was saying.
Well, it doesn't count then.
Okay. Well, that throws things. The horsey sauce is really good from Arby's. I like that. I like putting a big old glob on my sandwich and just letting it all fall right on my stomach and
God,
letting it go. Yeah, getting it all covered all over my face.
Jesus Christ.
Yes. Using your fingers to get it off the side to be able to lick it back there. Yes.
No.
Putting some in your beard and your mustache.
Oh yeah,
later.
Sure.
I'll dip it on my beard and eat it.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Tim, you asked the original question, and what's your answer here?
Oh man, it depends. If I'm on the road and I'm driving or quick, yeah, I'll clean that sauce packet out with my mouth. I will put it in there
You
and
don't
gobble
do
it down
sauce
and be done
packets
with it.
while you're driving? I don't do. My policy is while driving, no sauce packets are allowed.
No, this is what I'm. Well, I will try not to use sauce packets when I'm driving, but if I'm going quick or something, I got to get everything out of there because I feel it's wasteful.
Oh
And
God.
even the corner, when that little corner piece has got some goodness in it, you got to squeeze that out too.
No, you
I
got
will
to.
When
clean
you
that thing
squeeze
out.
that out and you pull that corner off with your teeth, what do you do with the corner? You spit it on the floor of your car?
Yeah.
No, you don't take the corner all the way off. You let it hang on there. It's a
Yeah.
one-stop shop.
Yeah, we're professionals here. We're not animals.
Yeah. Come on now.
That's
What are we
debatable.
doing here?
Yeah. That
And
is
if you get a clean tear, there's nothing in that little corner. If you get a clean tear, you squeeze the corner out first, and then you
Correct. Bingo. Yes. There is
no sucking off the little corner.
there's a
Sucking
sick
it
and
off.
twisted,
Yeah,
demented
there you
method to the madness here.
I am
Yeah.
still a fan of the pump at Wendy's with the little paper cups.
Yeah.
You like to pump
then-
it up.
Yeah, and
Pump
then
up the
you
jam.
can like undo the paper cup pleats and kind of open it up.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's bulbous.
Sure.
It handles more than sure.
You can dip your burger in it better.
Right.
We're
Yeah.
talking pumped
your
sauces.
dip on.
You guys familiar of a restaurant called Fuddruckers?
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
That-
baby.
Sure.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Fuddruckers honey mustard was divine.
Okay. Are
Oh,
they
my
all
cheese
together now?
sauce?
Are there still
They're all
Fuddruckers
gone.
out there somewhere?
No,
There was
no,
one
Yeah, but it's gone.
by
so-
us. Is
yeah.
it gone?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah. Yeah.
No kidding.
I
Not
used
that
to
long
think
ago.
making a
but like a year
salad.
ago.
I think making a salad, put all the burger stuff. I make a salad. I'd be like pumping in the corner. I'd be like, "Oops! I now have a salad dressing. Oh, I made such a mistake." I was like, it's trying to make myself look not like a fat bastard.
Oh no, yeah, no one thought that there. Yeah,
Oh, no, not
like,
at all.
Oh, he just
No.
made a
No
mistake.
one else ever did that.
No,
It-
no one
He's
ever
not
taught you
bad.
some cheese sauce and honey
Yeah.
mustard as a salad dressing. It
He
was,
just made a mistake.
Was a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh. Okay, so there you go.
Interesting. Very polarizing. We've learned something new today.
Yeah, well, and then sometimes the ones that don't seem like they're going to be good small talk end up being the best one. So yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one. Yeah, so there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Kathy Cool.
I'm drinking Heaven's Door.
Evans. Oh, nice. Perfect.
Oh, there
Show appropriate. Okay. Decent. Decent can win it sometimes. We'll see. We'll see. I'll go next. Decent might be enough to beat me. I've got the Jim tribute bottle from Demetrius Kane, the planters that we sold at the ABV Barrel Shop. That was also kind of decent.
I think it was better.
Squeak.
No squeak. Okay. I think I got the lead. I got the lead.
You got the lead on a tiebreaker of the squeakage.
Yeah. So yeah, no squeak there. So I'm good. Evan, you're next. Well, let's see if Tim can take this thing at the end. Sneak out a win.
Also have a Heaven's Door.
Oh, okay.
The Exploration Series 1.
Exploration. Okay. Tim will let you decide. You can make the call. Who's got the lead?
Steve, you still got him.
Excellent. All right. Nothing you can do there, Evan.
Yeah.
Nope.
We throw it to a judge. The company policy is it has to. There's no appeal once that happens.
Got to deal with it.
Yeah.
Are you shaking a bottle of hot mustard?
I'm shaking
what
a
is-
bottle of Buzzard's Roost Char number 1, small batch
Okay.
bourbon.
Okay.
Trying to get a little pressure in there so we can hear this cork pop. It's going to be booming.
We heard
We
the
heard
squeak.
We heard the squeak. We heard the
Yes,
squeak.
that's all I got too, and I talked through my own. So
Yeah.
here we
Sound
go.
like you stepped
You
on
did.
a
Look
guinea
at that
pig or
last show
something.
pour. Steve.
Oh yeah, it's a solid pour. Solid
Oh.
pour. So cheers, gang. Waiting for Tim. He's still pouring. Cheers to Tim. Cheers for
Oh,
making
cheers
it
to
last.
you, Steve.
Cheers to me for the big win.
Ooh, look at that
Big win.
pour.
Oh, wow.
Double pour. All right. We'll take a quick break. And then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Bob Dylan and what he has going on in Kentucky. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hi, this is Rick Brenner, and you are listening to the Bourbon Daily.
Shouldn't it be the legend?
Maybe.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we are talking about Bob Dylan and the bourbon showcase he has created in Kentucky.
Yes, we are. So, last show without Becca, I think. So, I talked to her today. She was very confident. She listened to some of Kathy's shows and said, thank you to Kathy for doing that. And I feel very confident I've got my job.
Some of the early shows?
Yeah, the early shows. She heard some of the early ones on the way down and felt, hey, I might be able to take another week off if we need it, Royce. She's like,
I just want you to know, I did not know I was hosting until I logged on, and I feel like I did a lot better this time.
You did.
That it was tossed to me versus
2 out of the 3 weeks you filled in, you knew at the last minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the middle one you knew. Yeah.
I don't think so.
Yes. You have a new inflection in your voice, new confidence you're coming with. You're beaming. You're beaming through the screen here. I can hear it through the radio too as well when I play.
Oh, well, that's very kind of you.
There you go.
Wait until you hear the show with all the fucks in it.
Well,
and then we have that.
There's that. Yeah. So, KK, you usually like to do some research. What do we know about what does Bob Dylan have going on in Kentucky? Because it's multifaceted here. So you tell us, bring us up to speed.
So there's a 145-year-old church in downtown Louisville that
sounds cool.
Yeah, they've converted it into like his place. So it's got event space. It's got a bar. There's a stage. They have a patio. There's music. It looks incredible.
There's a restaurant.
Which
is open now, limited hours. You got to go to their website if you're thinking about. If you hear this, you're like, I got to go there. It is very limited hours at this point. There'll be more coming up, but right now
they've painted beautiful murals on the outside of the church, but still kept the classic look of the church, which feeds into the Heaven's Door so well. I can't wait to check it out personally.
Yeah,
that whole Nulu area is really getting some attention.
Right. Yeah.
You know, I think it's great seeing that Whiskey Row start expanding down to that neighborhood now too.
Correct. Yeah, because Whiskey Row's getting a little tight. There's a lot of stuff there. So
they're going to have to expand that
too. So it's fun.
Yeah, I can't wait. I want to go to the restaurant at some point, so that's on the to-do list. So go to the Bob Dylan restaurant, so that'll be fun. Kathy, that's not all he's got going on. Sometime later this year, there's not a date established yet, but it does say 2024. So what else does Mr. Dylan have in the works here?
They're working on building the distillery.
Yeah.
and that's pretty big news. It's in Pleasureville, Kentucky.
Pleasureville, Kentucky.
I'm not familiar with that.
Kind of near Royce. Royce and the guy who initially owned that property, who started building that distillery, Royce and he started about the same time, so they leaned on each other for a little bit. He was on the Bourbon Show one time, building that out. He was a contractor by trade, and then he was trying to build like the ultimate Taj Mahal, which was cool because he, as a contractor, had the ability to make something really cool. And, I think like everybody during the course of, he ran into some financial problems because, we had a lot of things happened. We had some economy issues in there. We had COVID, and leads to some financial issues for him. And he ultimately has to sell it out to Bob Dylan and his team. So
It's such a shame. I
yeah,
think Bob found them.
yeah, exactly. So
Bailed them out a little bit.
Yeah.
To see the property go, but
right, exactly. Yeah. Mr.
Okay.
Dylan comes calling, he can make you a fair and equitable offer, I'm sure. So
Right.
yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
The area sounds really fascinating. So it's, like you said, it's set to open in sometime in, it says 2024.
Right.
We're out of time.
We're running out of time in 2024, but yeah.
But it features a visitor center and a tasting room that's in a restored 18th century grist mill
Cool.
and two 18th century cabins.
Yeah.
So
That sounds awesome.
the area, it's so beautiful out there, and to have that history tie in, I think that's going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, somebody in Daniel Boone's family owned that land. So, which is kind of cool. So, yeah.
Doug Boone.
Closer out to northern Kentucky. Well,
Doug
let's
Boone.
try to get to the Beeline, but Beeline's a little farther away from that northern Kentucky area. Anything closer in that area is huge.
Right. Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Just think if Bob Dylan and Royce Neely start hanging out.
Steve
Hey,
Aiken-
Royce, I like what you're doing.
Fine.
23B. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
and then
I'm
maybe-
spot on with my impression.
You think so?
I think
He makes a song about Royce Neely. How cool would that be? Yeah. Well, my buddy Royce. Well, we'll see what happens with that. They're both own distilleries in Kentucky, so they have a bond. Yeah, something we can never understand as non-Kentucky distillery owners. So we'll see.
there's an art gallery in the bar too.
Yes.
It's a church, so
Yes, we know that Bob is also an artist in terms of painting and stuff like that. So that sounds pretty cool.
It looks like there's going to be a lot of art on the outside of the building as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Just looks like an amazing place. So yeah, and it's exciting to see, and I think that he brings some credibility. And again, this becomes, when you're Bob Dylan's age, everything's a passion project, right? You're not doing anything that you're not totally interested in, and you have all the money you need, and you're just doing things that totally interest you. And I think he wants to create a great whiskey company that becomes part of his legacy. And we, as consumers, potentially can there's a lot of benefits for us from that. So it's fun to see what's going on and what's going to happen with Bob Dylan's brand. So very
and
cool.
it's always fun when they go from being a non-distiller producer to making
Yes.
their own stuff, and to see how that
Right.
changes the
And
brand.
the great thing is he's got a big time distiller working for him. The guy's largely forgotten at this point, but 1792, all the whiskey that's winning best whiskey in the world was made by Ken Pierce, who is now employed by Bob Dylan, and he's been laying down whiskey for years. I think that project started in 2017. Ken Pierce has been there the whole time, making whiskey. Again, they didn't have an outlet to sell it and all that because they never got the distillery up and running. But that didn't mean that with inside there, and I'm talking about they didn't get it up and running. They got the distillery going, but all the other things, visitor center and all the stuff that he wanted houses and all kinds of cool stuff there. They didn't get all that other stuff going, but Ken Pierce is laying down whiskey the whole time. So whenever Dylan gets this thing open, he's going to have whiskey that's going to be available from day one, which is different than most. And it's going to be some well-aged stuff too, which is kind of cool. Made by Ken Pierce, made by one of the great distillers, somebody who would probably be in the Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Fame already, had he not worked for a Sazerac company, which again, we know has they and the KDA have this little bit of friction, and we haven't really seen anybody go in from Sazerac other than Freddie Johnson. A little bit different case with Freddie, very popular with the public, and he gets in, but we haven't seen anybody else from that company go in. So yeah, it's. But Ken Pierce would, if you take that out of the equation, I think Ken Pierce he's a Kentucky Bourbon Hall of Famer. So
I haven't heard that name in a long time, so I'm glad you brought him up.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah.
A lot of these lost heroes that are out there that made great whiskey before, and then all of a sudden go into private ventures and they get lost.
Right.
Just kind of the lost in the shuffle.
Yeah.
And it might be bringing his name back into conversation now with all this happening.
Yeah. It's kind of a neat thing. Like I said, I don't know that people forgot him as much as the bourbon has exploded so much since he's been gone that people don't know him, and it'll be a great opportunity. I think people will finally get, when they start releasing some of this product that he's made through Bob Dylan's brand, that there'll be people discovering him for the first time and looking into that history and realizing, hey, I've already drank his whiskey. I've drank a bunch of that 1792 stuff or things that they've sourced to other people. We know that they a lot of these NDP brands that have been winning things, that was all made by Ken Pierce. So most of the listening audience has tried stuff that Ken Pierce has made, even if you don't know that you have. So it's kind of cool. So there you go. A little bit about what Bob Dylan's got going on. It's exciting to watch, and we'll see what happens. I can't wait for this distillery to open. We'll see what happens, where that takes us once that happens. For right now, we're still waiting, and they say 2024. That could be a bit aggressive, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll wrap this one up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Von Nieters, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Von Nieters.
Tim?
I'm on Instagram at SwyGuy2112 and on YouTube at Our Flagship Whiskey.
Kathy?
I'm going to be in Louisville in November, so you can find me checking out this Bob Dylan restaurant, and you can find me on Instagram at KKCastStrength.
Very nice. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check it out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more. abvnetwork.com. Come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Kathy, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Yes, I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It's going to help new people find the show, and that's very important to us. If you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/theABVNetwork.
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.